Hello and welcome to another edition of the RDFNL Footy Show, looking ahead to the upcoming matches in round 11. My name's Yeendy. I'm joined by Paul again from Highlands FM, and mate, we're going to start with our look at this week's games by probably going to the biggest one that people have been looking forward to for a long time, and it is broadcast live and exclusive on Highlands FM 100.7. It's Diggers Rest and Macedon. Your take, mate?
This is the most interesting. Look, this is the game we've been looking forward to all year. Diggers are an underperforming team at the moment. That's my own personal opinion, and they would be lining themselves up. Macedon are dead right for the picking at the moment. I mean, they've got some big injuries and some big outs in that team. Watching Macedon on the weekend, they were rudderless when Matty Dick went off, and we said before, his hamstring's gone. On a small ground, if Diggers want to play a tough and hard brand and shake Macedon up a little bit, I think Diggers will get this one. I know Macedon are undefeated and they've been poleaxing most teams, but I think Diggers, they'll be setting themselves this. They'll be bitterly disappointed after last week, and a few players will be getting some questions asked of them. If they've got any soul or substance in that footy club, they're going to respond this weekend, and we'll know in the first 5 minutes if they're serious or not. As I said, we're broadcasting, we're looking forward to it. I think Diggers will get this. It'll be close, but Diggers will get it on the small ground.
And that's the thing you always look at as well. You look at a team like Diggers who were comprehensively outclassed by Rupert's Wood, and they'll admit that Rupert's Wood played an exciting brand of football and jumped them early and really didn't stop. So then you look at how are Diggers going to bounce back from that. Yeah. They're a quality side. Good sides bounce back with a vengeance. And we know Macedon, well, shades will always be drawn back to what happened last year. 12 months ago, they were flying. Diggers were as well. And then Diggers ended up winning this fixture by about 10 goals.
Well, Macedon play because they're used to a big ground, they play a very, we call it, they chip the footy. They go sideways all over the joint.
They make use of the space.
They're not going to be able to do this down at Diggers. It's a small ground, and you know if there's a breeze anywhere, it's a howling gale down there.
Correct.
And Diggers can play a tough, hard, but no one has physically challenged Macedon this year. I mean, Romsey had a little go at it, but even Lansford on the weekend, they put a fair bit of heat on Macedon in the second half. And it stopped them. So if Diggers want to come out and go very physical against the Cats this weekend on a small ground where you have to do that, I just think they'll outmuscle them. And look, they've lost their drive out of the middle, having no Markworth and no Dick. Matty Knox is injured, Mills is injured. Mills might be back this week. I'm not sure what Knox's scenario is. Harrison's not going to get the room. And they'll look, Simsy and Benny Morse and all the guys down there. They'll do their work on Cookie and stop him kicking their goals. So look, I just think Diggers will get this one. I'm wrong all the time as well.
Yeah, that's good. I think if Macedon win, it'll be an extraordinary win for that football club.
If Macedon win this one, I think they'll go on and win it. For the year. That's my opinion, because that'll give them so much confidence to be able to win a game. But their backs are against the wall at the moment with injuries and outs. If they can win this, that'll build a lot of substance in their footy club.
This should be an exciting game. Of course, you can catch all the action live from 1pm on 100.7 Highlands FM. As we cross to the next game, it's Melton Centrals versus Woodend Heskett. You had a look at Centrals, Centrals to travelling as well as they possibly could with the young kids coming through. The Hawks have blooded some young kids through as well. This could be a very interesting contest here at Arnold's Creek.
Yeah, and look, it is. I think Woodend are going to come down and expect to probably grab this one.
Because there's still a chance for finals, mathematically.
Mathematically, they are. Talent-wise, I'd probably say not. But anyway, and that's nothing against Woodend themselves. But Melton Centrals themselves, down here this weekend, they put this in the pencil so we can actually get this one. And if they play a good brand of footy, and Arnold and, look, Dan Toman, sorry. He's, look, I think by votes, he's leading it by a streak at the moment. He's their best player. If they can do some work and stop a couple, especially Arnold and Toman, the Melton Centrals could pinch this, but I look down here, I think Woodend will get it.
Yeah, no arguments on that one. I could see the Hawks getting a job done. I really want to see a top-notch game from Tommy O'Loughlin. He's got loaded with talent. Played in the Calder Cannons Grand Final a few years back, and I'm just waiting for him to have that big explosive game. This could be the one for him. Sunbury Kangaroos and Rockbank. Well, depending on how Rockbank's injury concerns go, they have still challenged every side. And you speak to most clubs, they'll say that Rockbank has really pushed them for most parts of the game. And this Sunbury Kangaroos may feel that from them.
Well, you only got to look at Rockbank. I mean, they've gone and got Grubber. I mean, Grubber played tough in and under footy. If that's what he's brought to the footy club, yeah, you're going to have a team that's going to play like their coaches are. I mean, both Grubber and Lee, they're ex-Sunbury Kangaroos people. They know the Sunbury Kangaroos footy club pretty well. Sunbury Kangaroos, I think it's going to be too strong down there.
Yep, yeah, it's Boardman reserve, and sort of get another big win for them, back-to-back wins at home. Wallen versus Rupert's, well, this will have tongues wagging because Wallen coming in with some good form, traditionally hard to beat at home. Rupert's would have flying, although last time Wallen did play at home, Diggers Rest took them by surprise and won quite confidently. Could the Pies upstage them at home?
Yes.
The Sharks.
To be honest with you, yes. I mean, Rupo play like Masson. It's a lovely open brand, pretty football.
Yeah.
Wallen played in and under, tough, hard footy, and always have.
Yeah.
Always have. I think Wallen at home I would not be surprised to see them in this one. As I said, they're physically big, they're strong. Rupo are a young side.
They're quick.
They're quick, and Wallen's ground's not big. If there's a bit of a breeze and it's going to stop them kicking scores, because just due to ball handling, I think Wallen will probably pinch this one. And if Rupo get it, it's a great thing for their footy club because that means they're well on the right track. They've knocked over the Kangaroos. Have knocked over last week.
Diggers Rest.
If they can pinch Wallen, which is a hard run for them before they get into the bottom side group again, they're going to hold them in good stead. But I think Wallen will get us home.
Yeah, I think Rupert's would probably just. Broadford and Romsey. Romsey have secured a couple of vital wins in the past few weeks, and Broadford played some pretty competitive football last week against Wallen in stages. But as you've said earlier on in the week, they have signs of brilliance. They've got some good players there. Romsey should be red hot to take this one. Yeah,
they do. And look, as it's the middle of the year, it's cold. It's hard for the Broadford guys and Hickman and them to just keep going, and they've got to keep this football club floating. And they're the best players every week. Yeah. The same 3 or 4 blokes. But Romsey going to have too much talent up at Broadford, and but we know Romsey can switch on and off too. I mean, they're not going to, if they go up there with the attitude where this is going to be an easy win. I mean, they're going to have a tough day in the office because Broadford play a tough competitive brand of footy. They may not have the skill level, but gee, they have a crack. And that'll upset a few of the Romsey boys, but I think Romsey comfortably up there.
Romsey coming to this game on the back of a 10-goal final quarter performance, so they'll be running red hot. As we turn to our final game, Lansfield versus Riddle. You did see some good positive signs there from Lansfield. We just know Riddle, they're on the mark. I think they're on that march to the finals, and they're looking at their 6th straight win in a row, and they're getting their kids stepping up. They're really spreading the workload around. They're doing a lot of really good things at the moment, the Bombers.
Yeah, look, they're flying at them.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Bad wording, but look, Lansfield were really competitive last weekend, but they're lacking a little bit of skill level, just a couple of players short. But Riddle themselves, anything wrong with young teams who've been up for a while, they can fall from grace pretty quickly and
it's
drop
an endurance thing from them, isn't it?
And they've been up for a while and they're full of confidence. Whether the work rate and all that's going to still run, I mean, Jamie Elliott will push and make sure that they don't drop off, and I know that for a fact. And they've got good leaders around the footy club. Look, they should comfortably beat Lansfield, but don't be surprised if Lansfield kick a reasonable score against them.
Yep.
If I was Lansfield, Cam, I'd be looking for about an 8 or 9 goal return from mid-team, and if he got that out of his side, you'd expect Riddle to probably kick 18 to 20. That'd be a good return for Lansfield. Means they're competitive, but Riddle should roll on, keep it rolling on.
Yeah, should be a good game, that one, and the Bombers just to keep flying away, as you sort of say, mate. Thanks so much for joining us on this week's edition of the RDFNL Footy Show, and who knows, we might get you on board later on.
No worries, mate. Good luck.